Aye, lads.
Alright, big ass Gearhulk. 4/4 first strike, trample. Unplayable, by the way, because you can't cast it. Don't need to read the text. Literally unplayable. Can't play it with Sanctuary. The unique mechanic from this set has to be the most dog shit rule in recent memory. Brother, people say that every time, man. When it enters, you may search your library for up to 2 artifacts, creatures, or enchantments with 1 mana or less. Put into hand, and then shuffle. I mean, that's pretty good, but also pretty whatever, isn't it? It's a dude. Definitely a dude. It's good at finding sideboard cards, though, for best of 3, I suppose. Which is quite cool. It's not massively exciting, though, is it? Still, like, too slow for mono red, too slow for Sunfall, and I guess it'll be fine against stuff in between. Just like most cards. Chandra Spark Hunter. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, choose up to 1 target vehicle you control. Until end of turn, it becomes an artifact creature and gains haste. Until end of turn. That's a bit sad. Be good if it was until your next turn, huh? So your vehicle could actually protect the Chandra. +2, sack an artifact or discard a card to draw. Pretty good, I guess. 0, make dude. I mean, +2 draw card's not bad. Ult is achievable. No ult is achievable on any Planeswalker. Surely we've learned that by now. Maybe once. Maybe if you play Magic every day, you could ult a Planeswalker once a week. If you're lucky. I mean, this seems like decent, but it's red. What kind of red deck wants this shit? A graveyard deck that has vehicles? I don't know. Gruul. Oh, wait, man. Gruul ain't spending 4 mana on a thing that does no damage. Greasefang? Is it what? It's not even good in Greasefang, man. Greasefang has no problem, like, crewing its vehicles. The problem is getting the vehicle in play, right? Which this doesn't help with at all. This seems to be the set when I'll drop MTG. Brother, every single set, 100 people in the chat say that, and then 30 days from now, I'll see the resub. Magic is just not a game that you drop, man. I swear. Sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it sucks, but you always play it once you start. Cardboard crack, baby. If this dude was like, I don't know. I don't really know what. I don't know why did I say dude. If this card was, it being red is sussing me out, man. I just don't see what kind of deck this is. Sort of mid-rangey vehicle red. Rakdos, maybe? Rakdos has just so many problems, man. You need early creatures so that you can actually play it, make a vehicle, and be able to crew. Artifact or discard value you need. And some, like a decent chunk of vehicles too. It's pretty powerful, but seems like, I don't know, the deck seems very unlikely to be good, whatever this deck is. Hazaret, Godseeker. 2 mana, 5/3, indestructible haste. Very good. Start your engines. If you have no speed, it starts at 1. It increases once on each of your turns when an opponent loses life. Max speed is 4. Bro, that is an alchemy mechanic, man. That's... What's the wobble wobble mechanic called? It's just the same thing, isn't it? And it's intensity, bro. It actually is intensity. Which is fine, intensity's pretty cool. Do you think they will wiggle wiggle? Surely yes. If the trend continues, there will be a top vehicle deck. Yep, there we go. Must be review season, huh? Half the messages in chat. X is gonna break the meta, or I'm quitting Magic. Speed has an emblem, kinda like ring temp. Oh right. So if you have like multiple speed cards, they all use the same number. All right, so it's not quite intensity, but close. Target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. Can't attack or block unless you have maximum speed. I mean, it seems kind of hard to make your opponent lose life to gain speed if you play a creature that can't attack. You know what I'm saying? If you have speed, pretty broken card, of course. But I mean, it's not like the payoff is even that insane. I mean, the payoff is pretty good. 5/3 indestructible haste for 2. That is quite good. It is really bad that you can only gain a maximum speed of 1 per turn, man. So you can't just like throw some burn spells to gain a bunch of speed on 1 turn. So games don't even last long enough for you to get max speed. Am I stupid? Like half of the games that you play will already be over. Do you have this? So you get the speed emblem when you play your first engines card, or do you just start the game with it? Like, can you shock face turn 1 to get a first speed? No, rather this shit is cooked. But you can look at Untapped. Average turn timer in standard best of 1 is 5 turns. Which means in the average game of Magic, it's literally impossible to get max speed. Even if you got it every turn. Speed sounds kind of slow. It's worse than slow, bro. It is unachievable in half your games. I mean, there's got to be... Surely they give us a way to get more than 1 speed per turn. Loot the Pathfinder. 5 mana, 2/4, double strike, vigilance, haste. Surely no game goes to turn 4 in standard. Well, the information is literally on Untapped. Average amount of turns in a best of 1 standard game is like 5.2 or 5.3. And if you play this on 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. If you somehow get speed every single turn, you might get max speed on the last turn of the game every game. Or not every game, average game. Can you please make the music a bit quieter? Can you please sit down in your chair and do some fucking knitting or something? Leave the vibing to the boys. Why is Loot always so much mana? Because he's a chonker, look at him. Double strike, vigilance, haste, 5 mana. Exhaust, green. Activate each exhaust ability only once. That once per game? Or game, right? Add 3 of any 1 color, draw 3, deal 3. Alchemy mechanic again? Dude, if alchemy is just the testing ground, man, I'm fine with that. Seems pretty bad. It's good with Soul Cauldron. Lots of things are good with Soul Cauldron, man. Oil Deep Gear Hulk. Demir colors. Okay, now we're talking. Real colors just dropped. Lifelink Ward 1. When it enters, look at opponent's hand. They discard a card and then they draw one. Oh, you can choose yourself. Ah. Okay, that's much better. Okay, that actually makes it pretty good, I think. Even though these are good colours for a card to be, it's hard colours for a card to get into a deck with. You gotta be better than Shelly, you gotta be better than Airtie, you gotta be better than Cat Glimmerboy. When is this better than those? And it's awkward mana for your Sanctuary. Shit, in my opinion. Yeah, it'll be quite hard to cast this without using a Pain land. It's going to be like a Reanimator deck, I guess, but the Reanimator deck doesn't want 4 mana discard effects, though. But I guess this one is different because you can use it proactively, though, if you want to. Artifact creature, huh? Not sure. It being an artifact doesn't seem too important in these colours, though, but this is dog shit? I don't think it's dog shit. I think it's really good. It's just that Shelly, Glimmer, and Airtie are really, really good, aren't they? Those are like basically the 3 best 4-drops and they're in the game, and they're all in the same colours already. Pass. The best time to use this over those other 3 would be if you're using the graveyard somehow and you're targeting yourself. But the ways to like reanimate cost 4. You need your discard effects to be less than that. That's supposed to be the turn that you're actually reanimating. The dodges go for the throat, but that doesn't matter, man. Hirewood Gearhulk. 2 red and 2 green. Okay. 6 mana 7/7 Vig Men. When this creature enters, others get +2/+2 Vig and Men. Damage can't be prevented this turn. It's trash, isn't it? Why do they all suck? Elves Finisher? Nope. I mean, Uber Bomb Unlimited, yeah, of course. Sabsunin Luxa Embodied. 5 mana, 6/6, Reach, Trample, Indestructible. Can't attack or block unless it has an even number of counters on it. At the beginning of your first main phase, put a counter on it. If it has an odd number of counters, draw 2. The turn you play it, it can block. The next turn, it can't attack or block, but you draw 2. I mean, insane. It's not insane though, man. Not insane. This is how cooked standard is. This card is cracked, but it's absolutely unplayable. It's mad. There is no shot. You skip your whole turn 5 playing this. I mean, it's a good blocker, but I mean, being able to block one creature is just kind of irrelevant, isn't it? It checks all kind of counters, not just +1/+1. What kind of other counters are there? Stun counters. Yeah, nice. So you can put a stun counter on this, and then you'll be allowed to attack. Combo. Huge combo. That's a mythic spoiler-ass comment. Such a beautiful Sultai creature, this one. I'm not buying it. We'll see, though. We'll see. Maybe these extra verges might give us Sultai Coat. The Aether Spark. As long as the Aether Spark is attached to a creature, the Aether Spark can't be attacked, and has whenever equipped creature deals combat damage during your turn, put that many loyalty counters on the Aether Spark. Attached to a creature, +1/+1 counter, draw 2 cards, add 10 mana. Probably good. It's an artifact. It's on the play bullshit, you know, snowball ass card. It's probably good. Can you kill this planeswalker with artifact removal? I assume yes, man. Why not? Why wouldn't you be able to? Why is such a weird card such dog shit? Why is it dog shit, man? It's just a snowball card, isn't it? It's just like Gex and Glimmer and whatever else. So I'm on the play and I curved out, so I play this thing and I win. You can only equip with +1, so you can't equip and draw 2 same turn. Okay, but you can equip and gain like 5 loyalty. You have to +1 first. I know, how sad is that, huh? Before I can draw cards, I need to hide my planeswalker behind a creature and make it very hard to kill. How sad. The Last Rite. 1 mana vehicle? What? Death Shadow vehicle? Holy man. Death Shadow vehicle with card draw. A frick. I mean, that's just gas, isn't it? Just simply huge gas. What's legendary? Who cares, bro? You can play it on turn 1, right? Even though your life total is 20. You just can't crew with it. But then it's fucking filth. It's gotta be just not only good. Surely this is just one of the best cards in the format. This thing is absolutely insane. It's better than Death Shadow. What? Yeah, you don't need to tap it to draw a card or anything. It's just like it's instant speed. Such a toxic card, man. Doesn't die to go for the throat. Doesn't die to cut down. Can't be blocked. Punishes aggro. It's just insane. Thunderous Velocipede. You pair it with 3-pip black card that exiles and you lose a life. I think you just pair it with Magic the Gathering cards. Literally the only thing you need to do is play a deck that has enough creatures in it that you can put 1 creature onto the battlefield in most turns. 3 mana 5/5 trample. Each other vehicle and creature you control enters with a counter on it if its mana value is 4 or less, otherwise it's 3 counters. Also kind of nasty. We might be living in a world where 3 mana 5/5 trample is just absolutely whatever though. These overstated vehicles do pass the test though for a card possibly being good in standard. It's got to be a good attacker or blocker or both against mono red, which a 3 mana 5/5 is. And it's got to be good against Sunfall, which vehicles just generally are. And then you've got the added benefit that everything in the middle of those two things are black decks, black mid-range decks, and they're artifacts, so they're good against Go for the Throat. So, I don't know. I think the vehicles that you want to look out for are these kind of ones, these, like this black one and this green one, the ones that are... They will all be decent against black decks and Sunfall anyway. So you're looking for the ones that are also good against mono red. And that's the ones that have big, fat, juicy asses, isn't it? Like your Thunderous Velocipede. Crew 3 is a bit much. I think it's fine, right? There's enough 2-drops with 3 power. Remember Bankbuster had Crew 3, and it was... Did you have many problems crewing your Bankbuster? It crewed itself. Not for a million years it didn't. It gives counters. How is it an issue? Well, you can only, you've got to be able to actually crew it on turn 3 to block though. So you need to play it. You need to play 3 power 2 drops to be able to use this. But there are a lot of those. Valor's flagship. 7 mana flying first strike lifelink. With cycling 3. 3? Well, definitely too bad to play fairly, this one. I guess you can reanimate it, but why not just reanimate an Atraxa? Or a fucking Omniscience. New Parhelion? This is way worse than Parhelion, no? Parhelion's only good because it's a 2-turn clock. Or it's a 2-turn clock where you don't need the actual Parhelion on the second turn. This just doesn't do anything. Atchic Emerald Radiant. When it enters, create an insect for each artifact and/or creature in your graveyard. When another insect dies, put a counter on Atchic, they lose a life. Wombo combo card? I mean, you need quite a big ass graveyard though. Scuff the Zoni. Zoni's a fair card though. This is like a Blood Artist kind of deck card, right? Yawgmoth shit. It's 6 mana though. Actually, this is 0 mana because you simply cheat it in using the tutor thing. Another huge bomb in draft, yeah. I don't think there's really any way to use this instead. Or you unfairly, I mean. You need mill, free sack, lots of mill, lots of free sacks, and lots of ways to tutor it. Not possible. Agony Ant Rex. Trample, cycle, and when you cycle 2 counters, trample and indestructible. I mean, it's an interesting card, isn't it? Protection spell or fat chonker. This cycling 3 is a lot. 8/8. 8/8 is just so puny, isn't it? It's 3 mana protection spell, draw a card. Would you play that in your deck? No. 5 mana 8/8 trample, would you play that in your deck? No. Alright, Basri, Tomorrow's Champion. 1 mana 2/1 excerpt Basri, create a 1/1 cat with lifelink cycling. When you cycle this card, cats gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. I mean, a 1-drop that makes a token for 1's no joke. Cycling 3 is just so much, isn't it? It's awful. This Basri seems okay. It's just a dude though. The land arts look awesome. Yeah, it's good that we're getting the rest of the verges, so now we can play any colour combos that we want. Including Sultai? Maybe? Bloodghast. It's a good creature. Very useful creature. Very annoying creature, isn't it? This plus Black Overlord plus Magic the Gathering deck. Roots. Yeah, good Roots card. Boommobile. When this vehicle enters, add 4 mana of any 1 colour. Spend this mana to activate abilities. Exhaust X. Deal X damage to any target. Put a counter on this vehicle crew 2. Spend the mana to activate abilities. What kind of abilities are there to activate? Who knows? Rooms? Yeah. Lands? Meh. Only gets 1 activation? Yeah, you can only use exhaust once. Activate abilities. Class cards. Sure. I'm thinking on like abilities on creatures, right? Because you need to play creatures so that you can crew your vehicle. Standard. 3 mana creature. Yep. Colon deck. 3 mana creature with colon. Colon equal to 4, please. There's nothing, man. Hello? Any activated abilities in the chat? Fairy Mastermind? Okay, that's a pretty good one. But then you're playing Is It, which is not a pretty good one. Migos. Combo with Migos? Zar, huh? Brother, what the hell? There's no activated abilities. Draftna combo? Cast the vehicle, make 4 mana, pay 2 to bounce it back into the hand, and then you've got 2 left. Whoa. I mean, Fairy Mastermind is actually nice, though. Discard a card for free with Raven Man? Sheesh. Pretty cool with Ooze. Ooze and Curator. Makes 1 color, huh? 1 color, 1 color. Leyline Axe? Yeah, but you can't be playing vehicles and axe in the same deck. Helen is 5 and you only get 4, so... Alright, actually scuff. It's kind of crazy how little activated abilities there are. Bulwark Ox. 2 mana 2/2. When this creature attacks while saddled, put a counter on target creature. Sack this creature. Creatures with counters gain hexproof and indestructible. Saddle 1. Pretty good. I mean, it ain't gonna help you against Sunfall. I'll tell you that. The Ox has to be good. I think so, man. 2 mana 2/2 that doesn't help you against the card you're most afraid of. Captain Howler, the Shark Pirate. 4 mana 5/4. Ward 2, insane. Pay 2 life, insane. When you discard 1 or more cards, creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn for each card discarded this way. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player this turn, you draw a card. Okay, crash. Caradora, Heart of Alacria. When it enters, search your library for a mount or vehicle, reveal it, put it into your hand. If 1 or more counters will be put on a creature, that many +1 are put on instead. I mean, that is like, the text is quite good, but does it pass the test, chat? Does it pass the standard test? You've got to put every card through the test. And the test is, imagine you are playing mono red and your opponent plays this card. Are you scared? Imagine you're playing like Sunfall Overlord Bean shit and your opponent plays this card, are you scared? If the answer is yes, we might have a playable card. If it's no, go next. Ripcaller Chariot. 5/5 Menace. When you discard one or more cards, make tokens. Just doesn't do anything, does it? Art is nice, yeah. Chariot is a 4 of day 1. What do you mean, man? What, like, why? How do you even discard cards? Nobody discards any cards. Blue is all draw discard, innit? And in blue-black, you ain't playing this over Cat and Airtime Shelly, I'm sorry. Dareti, the Rocketeer Engineer. Dareti's power is equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. When it enters or attacks, choose an artifact in your graveyard. You may sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return the chosen card to the battlefield. Okay, that's actually a good card. That's a game winner. It's a game ender right there. You can cheat in Portal to Phyrexia, yeah. I mean, it's just any artifact, right? There's a lot of big good ones. We can give that dude a try for sure. Draconautics Engineer. 2 mana, 2/2. Other creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. Put a counter on this creature. Create a dragon. Seems bad. Your whole deck has haste anyway. Darksteel Colossus, what with Dareti? Yeah. Engineer is a 4 of. Which engineer? Dareti or the Draconautics? This is a goblin. It's true. Maybe you might be cooking with this in goblins. Mono red, hell no. Far Fortune End Boss. 4 mana, 4/5. Start your engines. Whenever you attack, deal 1 to opponent. If a source you control will deal damage to an opponent or permanent opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 1 instead. Terrible. Culloden Triumph Caster. Mounts and vehicles have haste. When a mount enters, it becomes saddled. When a vehicle enters, it becomes a creature. Seems pretty good, but I would assume your deck's gonna suck. People are saying Culloden could get banned. Yeah, man. Yeah. So when is this set out? Because I haven't had an email yet to say I'm in the streamer pre-release event. I'm scared. 3 weeks? Okay, that's fine. This guy's probably unplayable, but it just seems hard to make a deck, doesn't it? Auras fall off of vehicles, am I right? As a pilot, does he have crew +2? I don't know. Don't think so. I mean, it would say so, right? Surely. And I mean, it seems fine, but I just can't imagine the deck doesn't suck, right? You need a lot of creatures and a lot of vehicles and some removal. There's just not enough space in a deck to have all of those things. These kind of cards always suck, but this one is kind of pushed though. Lifecraft Engine. As it enters, choose a creature type. Vehicle creatures you control are the chosen creature type. Each creature you control the chosen type other than this vehicle gets +1/+1. What? No, the ability is not intrinsic to the creature type, but for the pilot thing, yeah. I don't, where the hell do you use this? In a tribal deck that has a bunch of vehicles as well, and you want those to be your tribe? The hell? Name Demon? That is interesting, but your creatures with crew 3 should be demons anyway. It is like day-night, yeah. Actually, it's kindred now, not tribal. That is ironic, because you are part of a really annoying tribe. I guess, like, I was thinking this seems hard to use in a deck, the Lifecraft engine, because you need a tribe that wants multiple different vehicles, but I guess you don't actually need to have any other vehicles other than this. Wizards have gone woke. Aye, brother, you need to shut up too. You've made the mistake of thinking that I'm on your team. I think both teams are morons. I want you to know that, okay? I'm not on your team either. And it's a creature? Yeah, I mean, maybe this is pretty good, I don't know. What tribes do we have? We need a tribal deck that requires a 3-drop. Goblins have no space for a 3-drop. Goblins need 2s. Elves don't need a 3. Fairies? It doesn't really fit in fairies though, because fairies are not. Fairies are not like goblins and elves, right? Where your whole deck is not fairies. You're just playing a tempo-ish deck, lots of counters and removal and stuff. Rabbits? Do rabbits need a 3-drop? Maybe they do. I don't have a 3-drop rabbit in my head. This actually might be pretty good. We'll see. And maybe it is good in goblins. I guess ideally it would be in a tribal deck that has tons of creatures, is missing a 3-drop to round out the deck, and has like some creatures that don't really like to attack. So they would be good crew targets. Goblins have got a few creatures that struggle to attack because your lords, they're powerful for your board, but they're bad attackers. Lizards, yeah, but lizards have 3-drops, man, and all of their creatures attack. But I wouldn't say lizards. Crew 3 is hard. It's not 3 though, it's 2, right? Because your creatures all get buffed. Mendicant Core Guidelight. 2 mana, star 3. Power is equal to number of artifacts you control. When you cast an artifact spell, pay 1, copy it. Okay, this guy is sick. 2-drop that wins the game. Nice. 2-drop that is okay on curve. Strong in the mid game and game ending in the late game. You can't ask for more than that. It's a 2-3 when you play it. It's a 3-3 when you attack. It's going to be a 4-5-3 in the mid game. And then in the late game it just wins by itself. Seems gas. Can you, if you play this and start your engines and then it dies, can you still gain speed with no engines cards in play? So that when you top deck the next one, you've got speed 4? Yes, okay. Dies to Doomblade? Actually doesn't die to Doomblade in standard, which is nice. Does die to cut down. On curve anyway. I actually think that this seems really good. This is the type of... You can tell this is good because you play this on 2, then you play a different thing on 3, and your opponent looks at their removal spell and targets your thing that costs 2. That's when you know it's good. That's when you know it's good. Combo with Leyline Axe, by the way. Insane combo with Leyline Axe. Gives it power and makes it easier to gain speed. One, right. Blue, white, huh? Blue, white. Blue, white. 1. Artifact. Yo dog, we got anything cool up in here? Oh, Joel's always fun. Not token. Investigate. Okay, well, we've already got enough 1-drops to play that deck, so if there's any more, that's even better. Rare land, the Muraganda Raceway. Start your engines, add colourless, max speed, add 2 colourless. That is unbelievably trash. Oh, there's Siren too, yeah, of course. Siren map. Yeah. Then you got into Carvinto. Map. Investigate. When you cast an artifact spell, investigate. Activated abilities cost 1 less. Interessant. Sehr interessant. What? Axe? I think the ship is okay. Pretty meh. Aegis is quite good. Always forget Aegis is a... There's something about Aegis that I always think it's an alchemy card for some reason. Big Unk. Yo, Halo Hopper. Alright, Quag Feast. Choose creature, planeswalker, or vehicle. Mill 2. Destroy the chosen permanent if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of cards in your graveyard. Is that good? I don't know. Sorcery's annoying. 2 mana's annoying as well. But Mill's kinda good. Don't be a Mill hater. Self-mill is upside. Oh, really? It's probably good. Or probably usable in some decks, I would say. It bypasses ward? Why would it bypass ward? Choose target creature, planeswalker, or vehicle. No target. Brother, it's the second word to the card. Listen, when I'm reading cards, I only read half the card too. But at least I read the first half. Why are you only reading the second half? Redshift Rocketeer Chief. 2/3 Biggie. Add X mana of any one colour where X is Redshift's power. Spend this mana only to activate abilities. Put any number of permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Combo with Scale Up, by the way. Repurposing Bay. 3 mana for 2. Sack an artifact, set your library for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed artifact mana value. Put it onto the battlefield, shuffle, activate only as a sorcery. Artifact Tutors. Monk IS. Absolute monk. Probably useful somehow. This plus the 1 mana card, huh? The artifact? Enigma Joe, yeah. This plus Enigma Joe. Sheesh. It's gotta be good somehow. Sita Varma Masked Racer. 2/3 Rogue. Exhaust 3, then have base power and toughness of other creatures equal to Sita's power. Literally garbage. Huh? Bro, what is this, man? This is like a World of Warcraft name that someone makes if they think they're really cool. Bro, I'm telling you, this is the username of the third best mage in the third best guild on your server. Vinwixt. What is this? Chinese bot name. Also true. 2 mana 0/4, no hand size. If you would draw a card, draw 2 cards instead. Seems absolutely awful. Winter, Cursed Rider. Cool art. 0 power with start your engines is not a thing. True. 2 mana 3/2. Okay, now we're talking. With ward, artifacts have ward, pay 2 life, exhaust, exile X cards from your graveyard. Each other non-artifact creature gets -X until end of turn. This guy's pretty good, no? 3/2 creature with ward. Has a one-sided board wipe attached to it. He's crazy, no? It's not even sorcery speed. It's instant speed, man. This guy seems gas. Doesn't he kill himself with exhaust? No. Each other non-artifact creature. You play this guy plus artifact creatures. You'd wipe their board. You attack with your guys. GG. Exhaust is once per game per card. Your second copy of Winter can do it again, yeah. Zahur, Glory's Past. 2 mana 3/2 again, okay. Zombie Cat Warrior. Sack a creature, surveil 1, activate once per turn. Bam. Whenever a non-token creature dies, make a zombie. Pretty good again. Should be Rakdos for sure. Bro, this uncommon land is better than the rare one. What? It's way better. How easy do we think it will be to get max speed? Well, literally impossible. But what we have to do is pretend it's possible so that everyone gets hyped for the set. I need your help with that, okay? Uncommons, okay. Where are the bangers at? Creature you control with power 2 or less gain lifelink. Boosted slot. Alright, the Elon Musk joke. Where's the Elon Musk joke? Menace. Whenever you attack, draw a card to discard a card. Whenever you attack, draw a discard. That's pretty good. 3/3 loot each turn. Menace as well. Not that crazy though. When this vehicle enters, distribute 2 counters among 1 or 2 other target vehicles and or creatures you control. Enters tapped. Earth Rumbler. Edge Trample, exile from graveyard becomes a creature. Elvish Refueler. The uncommons that are playable are normally the cheaper ones. During your turn, as long as you haven't activated an exhaust ability, you may activate exhaust abilities as though they haven't been activated. Guidelight Pathmaker. Meh. Lagoran, the Soul of Alakria. 2 mana 1/1. What are you wanting? What? When it attacks while saddled, put a counter on mounts and vehicles. Crash. When you activate an exhaust to make a dude. 3/2 vehicle when it attacks, make a treasure. Alright, here, now we're talking. This is what we want. The Rocketeer Boost Buggy. When you exhaust it, it's just permanently a creature, huh? That's pretty good, man. It just becomes a creature, not until end of turn. Through 1 as well, so you can play it with any 1-drop. That's good. This guy's nice, man. Very nice. Like one of the best cards so far, I think. Max speed, discard, and then draw. Meh. Hull Drifter. ETV draw 2. +2/+2 until end of turn, cycle in 2. That's pretty cool. During turns other than yours, this vehicle is a creature. 3/3. ETB tapped, choose a color, cycle in 3. Banger. Okay. Some pretty decent cards, I think. Ecuador! Ecuador!